Hey, what's up, all you amazing, fantastic Golden Sky Radio listeners? This is Coach with the Inner Champions podcast on, believe it or not, show number 8. Last week was our last part of this series, the Success Starter Kit. So, until further notice, we will wait a while until we do another series of episodes. And I want to be able to have the ability to break that up for you in segments or in just different sections of the I guess show itself or podcast itself, because that way you don't get too overwhelmed and have to make sure that you don't miss a particular show throughout the week. We're gonna go back to weekly things of kind of, I guess, what coach has been through, what coach has done, how to continue to utilize the things that we've already previously mentioned about the Success Starter Kit, some other things like the vision board that we also discussed. But I also want to bring up real quick before I forget, Mondays we have a pop rock show. We have Country Roots. On Tuesdays, we have Real Talk with Jordan. Wednesdays, we have this show that you are currently listening to, the Inner Champions podcast. On Thursdays, we have a show here now going to be called Gold Rush Hour. So make sure you check out that show. On Fridays, we have Saddle Up with Jordan. Also on Friday nights, we have 50 years and rolling show. On Saturdays, we have a 90s classic, and Country Roots will replay for those who missed on Monday. That is what I am looking at my schedule. That potentially could change. We could potentially move some stuff around, but from what I'm currently looking at, that is what we have here for you at Golden Sky Radio. And each and every week, it feels like we are continuing to grow. So, for those of you that may not know another thing about Golden Sky Radio, it is a 24-hour radio station. So it is up, it is running, it is here for you to listen to music. If you want this to be your new place for music, you can also do us a favor. If you have any particular song request or song genres that you want to hear us play right here at Golden Sky Radio, please make sure to go to our website at goldenskyradio.net. Send us an email with the following song request or a genre of music you might potentially want to hear us play for you at Golden Sky Radio. We can accomplish that. So please make sure that you are doing those things so that we can keep it nice and upbeat and up tempo and fresh for you right here at Golden Sky Radio. That is what we want to make sure that we accomplish for you. And I think that's my take on today, and as far as what to do here for Golden Sky Radio. Also, if you've yet to do so, make sure you follow us on every single platform now: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and on YouTube. For any of you that could be listening or might have missed a particular show, you can start catching our reruns, let's call it, over there on the Golden Sky Radio YouTube channel. The particular shows that you hear or listen to here on Golden Sky Radio, will be played over, or I guess categorized on particular playlist over there on the YouTube channel. So make sure to subscribe to us for free on YouTube at Golden Sky Radio. I think currently we are at 11, but I think slowly it is building up by a couple subscribers a day, which is a beautiful thing. And I think that is going to wrap up my push and hope for you to understand how Golden Sky Radio station works. It is a 24-hour streaming radio station for you to listen to all your music genres and whatnot. There are designated shows each and every week. We put a lot of time, we put a lot of energy, and a lot of our efforts into giving you a good quality shows each and every week. And I wanted to take the time to let you know about all of that. So now, with no further ado, I want to get into how we kind of put a closure to that success starter kit. And I believe the last thing we mentioned was how to be more disciplined. And I don't really want to go back into how to be more disciplined. Now we need to go into, as I did before in our last couple of shows throughout the series that we had, the Success Starter Kit, is now that you have those particular 4 or 5 different examples of things to do with the vision board and how to build the vision board, and then ultimately, for example, like I remember talking about it weeks ago, was to build the foundation and then basically envision that you were building your house. How do you build your house? All those different tools to utilize, and basically remember to mold them around what you want to accomplish, what you want to get good at, and how to apply these things on the consistent basis on everyday aspects, whether if you're trying to get better at music, rather if you're trying to get better at being for example, somebody who does a podcast, somebody who does a radio show, somebody who does TikTok lives for a regular basis, anything that you want to set your mind to. You want to be a better mom, you want to be a better father, you want to be a better son, you want to be a better daughter. Doesn't matter at whatever magnitude you want. You ultimately have to do something with some similar thing. And yes, that is a part about being disciplined. I think our last show was strictly about being disciplined, but I want to make sure that in this show, particularly, we talk about how to take each and every one of those things that we've discussed in the previous shows and how to apply them. And, with applying them, how much do we apply? Do we apply a little bit from each one? Potentially. A lot of this takes a part of how you guys are willing to learn. Some are better visual learners than audio learners. Some are better audio learners than visual learners. And some people have to be like hand over fist and trained, I guess, in a sense, to be good at this, doing what they do. And that's fine. I don't know all of you. I don't know all of your quirks or what helps you get by or be better at something. But find what that is, and then, like I said, go back and listen to all of these former shows that we will have up for you if you missed them on our YouTube channel at Golden Sky Radio. Make sure again to follow us on all social media platforms, along with following our YouTube channel to catch what I mentioned in prior weeks to this show being on air and released for you guys to be here and listen to. Come back to this show in either now or in weeks prior to hear what I am saying now, how to apply something from each episode, or however you go about making it to where you can be able to, I guess, put it at a level. And again, this isn't to be, derogatory, but that you can comprehend, that you can understand, that you can grasp onto what I am trying to ultimately help you guys do, as far as being, I guess just more. Because again, folks, we can sit here and talk about, how we do this, what do we do, but I want to ultimately help you get some, I guess, better foundations on how to apply it. Because I think in my experiences that I struggled with applying these things that I've discussed with you in my everyday life. Am I sitting here saying that it's easy? Absolutely not. Any advice or any tips that I've given you, I have ultimately conquered before, I guess, handing them out or having you guys, again, absorb or take notes on the things that I'm giving you. It's not for everybody. I can honestly sit here and say this is not meant for everybody, especially kind of the way that I structure things. But I feel that if you, as a person or a family or an individual, want to get better at something, you have to make some type of, not a let alone sacrifice, but commitment You have to make some type of change. And I guess more importantly, or most importantly, you want to have to make that impact. You want to have to make that push in the right direction. You got to want to have that drive, like I've said before. And to be honest with you, as hard as it is to say everybody can do it, yes, they can. But I know for some of us out there, this, I guess, style of life or structure of life is not meant for everybody. Can it be? Absolutely, it can be. But it comes down to, well, what am I as a person willing to change, willing to fix, willing to let go? I think there is a whole portion of things in life that we struggle with because, yes, we want to get better at it. Yes, we want to change. But I think the biggest thing that I've seen over and over again is the let go part. That could be let go of a bad relationship. That could be let go of a bad, uh, you know, work environment, position. It could be at any variant in your life. It could be potentially let go of a bad friendship, let go of a bad. I don't want to say necessarily example, but just something in your life that you're willing to let go, that you're willing to, you know, just be gone. Because once it's gone, it just frees your mind, it frees your space, and just you are where you are. And then how will you grow from that? How will you be motivated to get up again? How will you push yourself to do what you want in your life? How will you, you know, after that change, what is the next step? The next step is to go and revisit said vision board, revisit said, success starter kit, and those things, and it's a lot. It is a lot. But as a coach would, or in my current or former background, I believe in each and every one of you. And I think a part of you as a person or as an individual needs to believe in yourself, because I really believe that is the core to everyone's existence of wanting to be that champion, wanting to be that successor, is they have to find that belief. They have to find that after they find the let go part of what they're willing to let go, what they're willing to sacrifice, all of those things, but in between the lines. But I think really, when you're starting over, is to find that trust, to find that belief, and then after you find the belief, the passion, the heart, the desire, the love for what you want will come back. But you have to be willing to find a way to feed that. For example purposes, I know that your owner likes to do social media. She likes to be on TikTok. She has a couple different things and a couple different accounts that she has on there. But her main account, she is also an ASMR artist, and she likes to go on the TikTok platform because I personally have known her for a period of time, and I think that is one of her biggest outlets. One of her biggest strengths is that she utilizes the TikTok platform to bring people closer, to clear their mind, to get them to relax their mind. And she is good at what she does. She is also a good owner of Golden Sky Radio. She puts in countless hours. But and as I've said in other shows and other episodes and other segments, and where anywhere on this platform, is that your owner puts in a lot of time. She has a lot of heart. She has a lot of passion. She loves what she does, and the reason why I'm utilizing her as the example is because at the end of the day, for anything that you want to have, you got to find love in it. You got to find love for it. If you don't find those, it's going to be very challenging. It's going to be very hard. And this goes again, sorry, but for relationships, you have to find love in that relationship. How do each of you love each other? How do each of you sacrifice for each other? How do each of you, just give something up for each other? It doesn't matter what the scenario or situation is. And again, this also comes with how do you communicate with each other? Not necessarily even in a relationship. How do you communicate to your kids? How do you communicate to your husband that either something is going great, something is bothering you, or something that needs to be changed? You have to figure out the communication level. I stress this on each platform that I go on. I have social media, even here at the radio station. The biggest thing that I stress, I'll do anything at any time of the day, but just communicate with me. Let me know when you need something and it will get done. And if I can't get it done, we will find a way together to get it done. I think these are some very important things that you as listeners need to remember for those of you that need help accomplishing these goals, these aspirations, these, successes. Reach out to your friends, reach out to your local community, reach out to people on social media. Unfortunately, I'll say this, that you can trust, that you can ultimately give your shirt off your back for them. Do that. Utilize your resources. And I know some people, well, we're not close to our family. We're not close to friends. Find it, figure it out, trust the process. Again, ultimately, that may have to be one of your guys' sacrifices, one of your guys' risk. In taking risk, there is reward. Let me say that again. In taking risk, there is reward. You guys have to be willing to take the risk or take the failure to fail in order to get better. Let me say that one again. You have to take the failure or fail in general to get better, to succeed, to be that champion, to be that level of a champion. So many people, even on social media, want to forget about how you have to get somewhere. It's just like as a toddler, ladies and gentlemen, take this for example. How does a toddler begin walking? Well, they take one step and they fall down and they cry and they whimper and they do all that stuff. Well, what is the mom and dad usually typically supposed to do? They pick them back up and say, son or daughter, no, I think you can do it. Let's try to take two steps. And with that, they assist them by, having the child or the toddler hold the tip of their finger and saying, no, we can do this, because what they're doing is building up their courage, their confidence, but most importantly, they are building up their strength to get them to want to walk, to get them to want to push more, to get them to want to challenge themselves. Again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just trying to tell you that it applies to anything in life as far as a toddler. You have to be willing to slow your life down, or just do what you do or what you want to accomplish, and see the picture first. If you visualize it, if you trust the process, if you stay the course, it will happen. There is potential, there is possibility. Don't cut yourself short. There's so many people in this life and in this world and in this time that cut themselves short, or more importantly, I think too, what's very important in this ramification is they cut corners. Let me get into that for a minute. It is also very important that you don't cut corners, that you don't, cheat in a sense. Because, ladies and gentlemen, think of it this way. If you were to cut corners at a college, or college prep school, or even in elementary school or grade school, what would it look like on your exam if you were to cut corners? In a way, it would look like, in my opinion, that you look like you're cheating or find a way to cheat. And it just doesn't look good. So another big important thing to remember when trying to apply these things for your success starter kit: don't cut corners. Don't cheat. Don't find a way to take a shortcut. Don't find a way to take one less of a rep if you are working out and you want to be a better power lifter or squatter or whatever. Don't cheat a rep. Don't cheat yourself. Don't cheat yourself on anything you do. Anything that you apply, don't cheat yourself, because ultimately, at the end of the day, when you cheat yourself, you cheated yourself out of that one step closer of being successful. You actually, when you cheat yourself, I look at it as you take 10 steps back. And when you don't cheat yourself and you do the right thing and you stay on the course and you continue to push and you continue to be great at what you've practiced, because if you practice and you put in the time and you put in the energy and you put in the effort, it will be accomplished faster. You can get another extra rep in. You can get another whatever you're trying to apply. It looks better. It feels better. Look good, feel good, play good. Look good, feel good, success good. Again, how you apply it. And that's what I want to make sure that I go back on. Is this is a show of how we apply things. I've given you the tools. I've given you the way on how to do it. Now I'm reminding you on how to apply it, how to be good at this. And again, this isn't going to happen overnight, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to take long hours of repetition, long hours of getting good and practicing at what you want to get better at. And the faster you take away the negativity, the faster you get out the old people out of your life or whatever, for example, you will ultimately become more successful quicker. But again, are you willing to make those sacrifices? Are you willing to make those changes? This is where it applies to you and for you, that these decisions are on you. Again, part of what I do here at Golden Sky Radio and for the Inner Champions podcast is I give you the best, cleanest advice possible. But you, as the listener, are you willing to make those changes for yourself? I can ask you to do so, but I can't force you to do so. So remember, if you're willing to make those subtle changes, those little improvements throughout each show, throughout each daily part in your life, you'll be just fine. Also, remember that. This is something I tell my teams, I tell my programs. If you do the little things, if you conquer one little thing a day, whatever it is, especially on your vision board, you will be just fine. Don't, overwhelm yourself and look at a vision board or look at something that you made a vision board and go, oh, this is overwhelming. There's a lot on there. Yes, there's a lot on there, but take one thing a day, one thing a week, and chip away at it. Chip, chip, chip. Brick by brick, you build it, you get there, you build it, you do what you do. So, again, don't overplay it, don't underplay it, but again, at the same time, don't overwhelm yourself. Don't think if you do the vision board or you do whatever strategies you need to do as a person so that it's easy for you to break down and figure out, don't be overwhelmed by it. And this is another part, ladies and gentlemen, this is very hard to do, but you need to just conquer that. You need to take on that challenge. I know it's a lot easier than said than done, but just take on the challenge. Take on the risk. Remember what I said a few minutes ago. With risk, there is reward. How far are you willing to risk whatever it is you want to accomplish? How far are you willing to stick your arm out on a limb? Yes, I know potentially it could get tangled up. It could get hurt. It could get damaged. But this is all a part about being successful again. Conquer that damage. Repair that damage. This is how we repair ourselves. This is how we become good at what we do, or how I guess I've become good at what I do. And the way I do things and the way I look at things, it may not apply for everyone. It may not be for everyone. And I want you guys to be aware of that. I am not ashamed of that. I am okay that everything that I mention here will not apply to you, apply for you. But I promise you, if you really pay attention on, I guess, the way I speak and how I speak for you and to you, something could work for you. Something could be applied in your life. You have to find it. I can give you some insight. I can give you some words of wisdom. But how you, as the listener, apply it is on you. Unless you were to get in our email at goldenskyradio.net and ask to speak to me one-on-one, so I could figure out your scenario, your situation. Then I could be a little bit more uh, adversified and help you out and assist you. Okay, this is the steps we would take in this sense. I can't do that, over the air for you right now. We'd have to spend a week with each other, and I'd have to, I guess, figure you out in a way, and then you figure me out as your motivational coach, or whatever label you want me to be, and that's fine. But if you're wanting that and you need that kind of assistance, please email us. Our email is on our website at goldenskyradio.net. Also, if you can't get or find our radio station email or website for that matter, find us on social media platforms such as Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook at Golden Sky Radio. Get in those, and I will see the notification. It will come across my phone, and I will handle it there, and we can get in there and conversate and figure that out. And the official Golden Sky accounts will reply to you, respond to you, and we can ultimately set up like a Zoom or a Discord call, and talk about it and break it down. And if this becomes a thing, maybe Golden Sky needs to start a Discord. Maybe I need to talk to Jordan about that. And I really hope somebody out there reaches out. I really hope one day somebody catches these shows and reaches out, and the assistance is here. I'm willing to lead, guide you, and put you down the right path. I don't want to do it for you. But I will give you the tools. I will give you more tools than I have yet to give on these shows as of yet here on Golden Sky Radio. Prime example, I've given your owner some tools. She has utilized the tools here at Golden Sky. She has utilized some of the tools on her particular TikTok platform. And she ultimately applied those tools and I have to say, become pretty successful. She is good at what she does. She just had to, I guess, restructure a little bit on how she applies those tools and applies them to herself. And she's good at what she does. She's good at what she does here at the radio station. She is good at what she does on social media. And I'll let her grow on those things and extend them out and explain if she so chooses to. But I just want to let you know you have somebody fantastic, amazing behind Golden Sky Radio. Jordan is someone that inspired me to even do Inner Champions podcast, and I know I've mentioned that from time to time. And even here at Golden Sky Radio, Jordan has given me the opportunity to learn what I've learned, put me, I guess, out there as far as just learning something new. This whole radio station thing for me is new. It's a whole new language. It's a whole new terminology. But, I guess as the motivational coach and the coach that likes to push himself and challenge himself, I like that challenge. I like to not know, I guess, everything, but I guess more importantly, I like to learn. I like to be taught. I like to take advice from others. So I think that that's another huge important thing to remember is be coachable, absorb some of these things that I am putting out here for you as examples. And if it doesn't come from me, let it come from someone else. Find your own mentor, mentee, whatever, for you to, lead you, guide you, walk you down the right path, however you want to look at it. It's, again, comes down to it's repetitive, I know, but how you want to apply it, how you want to fix things, how you want to get better. So I think that is going to ultimately wrap up today's show right here on Golden Sky Radio. Hope you guys enjoyed. Remember to do the following. Check out all of our shows Monday through Friday. We have a full schedule here on Golden Sky Radio. I can run through a few of the shows really quick. On Mondays, we have the Country Roots. That's one for you. There's also another one on Mondays, but stay tuned right here on Golden Sky for these shows. On Tuesdays, we have the Real Talk with Jordan. On Thursdays, we have the Golden Sky Rush Hour. That is just going to be basically, in a way, I think an hour of pop. Make sure to tune into that. That's going to be pretty clever. Fridays, we have Saddle Up with Jordan. Following Saddle Up with Jordan, we have 50 Years Rolling. And then on Saturdays, we have 90s Classics. And we also have a repeat, I believe, of the Country Roots. So, again, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, whoever could be listening all over the world, we will catch you on the next Inner Champions podcast show here on GoldenSkyRadio.net, WGSR, in the coming weeks, probably next week. Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for supporting. Thank you for everything that you as listeners and fans have contributed to. Thank you for all of your advice. We have seen a few different emails come through, and I couldn't be more appreciative and grateful for that. So thank you for listening to the Inner Champions podcast right here on Golden Sky Radio, and we will catch you next week. Thanks for listening, everybody. Bye-bye now.